Hello, I came across a price comparison recently between diesel and petrol, and it was done by What Car magazine, and I found it interesting and a little misleading. Hello friends, I'm Nigel, hope you can like and subscribe, and thank you very much for watching. So the two What Car presenters were very professional and compared a Peugeot 5008 diesel with a petrol. Plus an electric Tesla Model Y, a similar price, that tagged on behind to see what was the cheapest on fuel. So they drove all three cars 188 miles along the motorway, and the following day they drove 20 miles across London and said that the electric car would not be paying the London congestion charge or the ULEZ charges, although they didn't include them into their costings. So the two presenters are in a diesel and a petrol, with the Tesla following behind a little bit like a younger brother. Now I know price comparisons can get complicated, so I want to keep it as simple just by dealing with the first day 188 miles drive. So they concluded that the petrol car costs £28.82 in petrol and the diesel in £22.08. Now the diesel got 59 miles per gallon, which is really on the generous side. I'm sure a lot of people, as I used to when I had a diesel, think they get that, but you don't. But they said they did, so okay, I'm sure they did. Now the Tesla cost £16.12 if you charge it at home, and this is what they said, at a rate of 29p a kilowatt hour. Now they did say some people can charge for less, but they didn't give any figures like British Gas, EDF is 9p a kilowatt hour, Octopus is 7.5p kilowatt hour. If they did, the Octopus rate would have cost £4.16, and even EDF British Gas, slightly dearer, would have cost £5. And that's a huge difference on £16.11 at 29p a kilowatt hour electric rate, and much cheaper than the diesel, £22, and even more cheaper than the £28 for the same trip. They did a second day in London, but I'm focusing on the first day when they drove 188 miles. But I think there's the same indiscrepancies in the second day. If anything, it probably would have shown the Tesla in a better light because of the congestion charges, which they didn't include. So last year, the two same presenters did an electric versus diesel test, and they went to the most expensive public charger and drove the least efficient electric vehicle, and they concluded that it was cheaper driving a diesel. They probably got quite a few complaints about it. So on this road test, they went to a Tesla supercharger in London, and they found that the price of the Tesla supercharger was 52p a kilowatt hour, most expensive and busiest time of day. So the beauty of my touchscreen is, on my Tesla, is that I can look at any price at any Tesla supercharger in the country. I can also see how many people are charging. So I did it at random around the London area. So the Luton Tesla supercharger was between 40 and 44p a kilowatt hour. Brent Cross was between 36p and 49p a kilowatt hour. But avoiding the most unsocial hours, you could fill up all morning for 43p kilowatt hour. Croydon is between 30p and 52p a kilowatt hour, and you can charge for 30p a kilowatt hour before 10 a.m. in the morning. So that's quite a reasonable time of day. You don't always have to go at 2 in the morning to get the very best prices. Park Royal is between 29p and 47p kilowatt hour, and you can charge there all morning for 36p a kilowatt hour, and you get the 29p if you want to go at an unsociable hour. So if you get your charging at the Tesla supercharger at a reasonable time of day, these random superchargers that I picked out were at 36p Park Royal, 30p Croydon, 43p Brent Cross and 40p Luton a kilowatt hour. So if we take a look at the graph and see how that compares, What car had the Tesla supercharger price of 52p kilowatt hour and charging 55.57 kilowatt hours cost £28.89, but at the 30p kilowatt hour it would only cost £16.67. 36p kilowatt hour, £20. 40p a kilowatt hour would cost £22.22, and 43p kilowatt hour would cost £23.89. But of course the road test was for 188 miles, and there would be no need to charge your Tesla until you got home, as the Tesla has more than enough range. And if you were then paying between £4.16 and £5, depending on your supplier, charging at night, or even £16.11 at the daytime rate. I think the graph shows nicely that even if you can't charge at home, Tesla superchargers, if you select your time, and it doesn't mean 4 in the morning, there are sensible morning rates, that you can get some really good prices at the Tesla superchargers. And there's also the slower, more local charges, possibly in your local area. You just have to look around on ZapMap to see what's available. So if you only want to charge your Tesla supercharger at the dearest time and the busiest time, then good luck with that. I like to get good value for money. I have to say, I have been reading What Car all my life, and the days when people read magazines. I was even a newsagent in the 70s, and I sold thousands of copies of What Car. Now, the What Car price comparison did say some people pay less for charging at home, but if you don't show these numbers, I think the statement is worthless. A picture is worth 1,000 words, or even a graph. Now, I did start reading some of the comments, and a lot of people were picking up on this. Charging at home was much cheaper, and some people did seem to think that because they had mentioned you can charge for less, that's okay, but it's really not. You really got to show the numbers, crunch the numbers, and take a look at them. So this is my take on What Car, diesel versus petrol versus electric. I also found the way they positioned the electric car following the diesel and the petrol a little bit odd, but like Top Gear, this is an entertainment program, not a factual program. So thank you very much for getting this far. Please leave a comment below. I do hope you can like and subscribe. Drive safely, and I'll see you next time. Cheers, bye.